My name is John Carroll, Causeway, County Kerry. I suppose it's probably 12 miles outside Tralee. We are a spring calving herd, milking 144 cows.
My name is Bernard Costello. I am a mixed animal veterinary practitioner in Tralee, County Kerry with Abbey Veterinary Centre. In my capacity with the practice, I mainly work with large animals such as dairy cows and horses.
I love the flexibility of farming. When you want to do something, if you want to go away or anything, you can do it. It is hard work, but I think the rewards are even better.
The variety is the first thing that is absolutely unparalleled in any other profession. Cases change between animals. I mean, you can't do the same thing twice to two similar cases. You have to always have that slight adjustment. There's always a need for a bit of finesse, and if you don't have the finesse, things don't tend to work out, so you have to learn to have that finesse.
Clean bedding, number one anyway, and water, and I suppose good feed is a big thing.
So the first thing I would probably say is cleanliness is very important. So you really need to have reduced amount of feces around the calf. Your utensils have to be spot on. They can't have any kind of debris on them. The second thing I would say is heat. Heat is quite important. They need to be warm. So if you're using calf jackets, that's one thing, but certainly heat in the house is quite important, especially at the time of the year when we are calving, which can be very, very, inconsistent, as it be very cold or it can be very warm. So you need to make sure the temperature is good. And then the last thing, which is very, very much undervalued, or certainly not done enough, is ventilation. Ventilation is very important. I believe it is one of the main drawbacks to a lot of the calf housing we have, especially around here, not mind in the country. So certainly ventilation would be one thing that I think that we need to do better consistently.
I suppose prevention is better than cure, and I find using probiotics for the calves, it's definitely improved gut health. Like, I use probiotics myself during the winter to keep me healthy. So why isn't it working? It should work in calves when it works in humans. So
having pen should be cleaned out consistently, absolutely consistently, and I think that's where you start.
When things get tough, I like to look forward to the summer. I love the long evenings. I love getting into the water, and it helps me motivate to get through things.
So my piece of advice is comparison is a thief of joy. I don't think you can compare yourself to anybody. I think you need to look after yourself, you need to motivate yourself, and you need to set your own standards that you live by. I suppose the harder you work, the bigger the reward. Well, something that I've tried to, I've certainly brought back into my life, certainly very recently, is fitness. It was something that I had let go for quite a while, and I think with the job that we have, we can become very introspective, and we don't really allow ourselves to get out of the profession, and it's important that we kind of find something to, decompartmentalize. And I believe that going to the gym or mindfulness or anything like this is very important to kind of refresh the mind and get us back to thinking clearly and better, because a clearer thinking vet is a better vet. So anything that can get us to get out of our own heads, get into a sphere where we can just go on autopilot, that's somewhere we should go.
Anything to do with the water, I like to go to the gym, kayak, and do a bit of cycling as well.
I think biological products are a no-brainer. I think there's no reason that they're not even worth a shot. There's no side effects. There's no adverse effects. It just seems to me that it's all win-win. I mean, anything that you add is going to give you an improvement. Now, if you can bring everything together, and obviously with the practical elements of calf rearing and all these kind of things, if you can do everything a little bit better and then bring in your biologicals on top, that will maximize your efficiency at calf rearing no measure.
I suppose they don't realise how hard we work and how we look after our animals so well.
It's very important that the relationship is an open, kind of honest one, and one where information flows quite freely from, obviously from farmer to vet or from vet to farmer, because that exchange is actually very important. It's not a one-way exchange. We have to look for key indicators of, are we being successful, are we being unsuccessful, and it's very important that we get that from the farmers. So whenever we do put something in place, like obviously, with John there now, I would always ring the next day and try and, get the update, and probably tell him what the most important things are to look out for in that respect. So.
Yeah, I'd agree. The big thing, I suppose, for any farmer is that you can get someone on the phone, which is very important, because when you have a problem, you need advice straight away.
A lot of the farmers that we do come across, they are good, honest people and they're good people in their communities, and it's important that we support them as they support us, and it's important that that's a two-way street. So, as I say, I would hope going forward that our relationship with farmers are going to be as strong as ever. And I mean, there's a multitude of kind of factors across every farm that require attention, but it's not just by ourselves, it's by, feed consultants, all these kind of things. There's a lot of people involved in this industry, and it's important that we keep farming as sustainable and as successful as possible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, it's massively important to have an open relationship with your vet, or like you said, your feed or your supplier, or your nutritionist. It's a very important thing.